This is the second in a series of resources on the roles of money, the federal government, and the Fed in the economy of the United States. Part 1 considers money, how it is defined, how it is measured, and how it is created. Part 2 looks at the money market and what creates demand for money. Part 3 inspects inflation and its cost to the economy. Part 4 considers fiscal policy, defining it, and its role in stabilizing the economy. Part 5 inspects the federal budget, its components, how it is funded, and what role federal deficits play in the economy. Part 6 looks at the Fed, its role, structure, and functions in the economy. The final part of the series considers monetary policy and how all aspects of fiscal and monetary policy affect the gross domestic product. Money can be thought of as a good. There is a supply of money and a demand for money. Therefore, there is a market for money which determines the amount of money supplied and the amount demanded. The interplay of these two economic forces determine the nominal interest rate. But once money is supplied, where can entities store that money? For the most part, entities have two options of where they can store their funds. One option is to place the money into a checking account, which typically builds no interest. Or the money can be invested in stocks and bonds, which do build interest. Money being able to earn interest when invested leads to two questions. Why is money necessary? Why do people hold on to currency instead of investing it? In other words, what leads to demand for money? In short, money makes transactions easier to complete. More specifically, demand for money is made up of three primary factors: the opportunity cost, the price level, and the nation's gross domestic product. The opportunity cost is equal to the going interest rate. If you choose to hold on to currency, you are losing the opportunity to earn interest at that rate. The price level is the overall cost for all goods and services in the economy. In general, if the price level is high, stuff costs more. Therefore, you will need more money in order to buy the stuff. For the GDP, the idea is that a higher GDP means more goods and services are being produced. Therefore, consumers will need more money to buy the more stuff. There are other factors that influence the demand for money. One is the liquidity demand for money. Firms and individuals need to be able to make transactions on short notice. For example, how could a homeowner pay for an unexpected expense like a new hot water heater if all their money is invested in property? They cannot exactly give the plumber the deed for an acre of land to pay for the hot water heater. Another component of money demand is speculative demand for money. In short, holding money in the form of currency or placing it in a checking account is less risky than purchasing stocks or bonds. The values for stocks constantly change. Even bond values are based on interest rates, which are affected by inflation levels. We shall see this concept in more depth in a future resource.